Hey guys, quick disclaimer before this video. One, strong opinions contained in this video. And also number two, I didn't do the research for this video because it was on social media and I'm currently taking a break from social media myself. So my girlfriend, who you guys know as Infinity on Hannah, did the research for this and looked into it. And then I looked into the stuff that wasn't on social media. And I just wanted to ask, babe, is it sexist for a band that is just men to tour with other bands that are just men?
No.
Why do you feel that way?
They should be choosing bands to tour with based on their talent and not their race or their gender. I think that's kind of ridiculous.
And don't you think that even if they did tour with women, which they have in the past, even if they did do that, would they not be accused of, oh, you're only doing it to score points with us and trying to be good?
Yeah, exactly. There's no winning here with this fucking Twitter movement.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and good God Almighty, 2019 is off to another very fascinating start. Woke Twitter is back at it again, and what is woke Twitter? Well, they're the ones that ruin everything. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Obviously, not every single movement that is started on Twitter or another platform to bring somebody to justice is a bad thing. In fact, I've seen a lot of great things happen in recent weeks, months, and even years. The Me Too movement has obviously brought some horrible people and despicable actions into the limelight and put them on blast for a reason, but in recent times, it's become more of a witch hunt to find who said something that could possibly be problematic, and how can we get attention for this on social media? It's the start of a new year, and a small but growing band that are very, very talented, one that I like a whole lot, Movements, announced their tour, and as support, we've got the other amazing bands, Drug Church, Boston Manor, and Trash Boat. In fact, I loved all of those bands. I got into them a lot more in 2018, and I was excited for this tour. In fact, we might go back to my girlfriend's hometown back in PA to actually see this tour because it's not coming anywhere near me. Everything looks great, right? It's a stacked tour with many talented bands, but hold on, wait a second. It's all male bands, guys. Oh, we gotta cancel it. They're canceled, guys. They hate women because there's no women. There's no female bands on the tour. Just a little off-putting when every tour Movements has been a part of is comprised strictly of white men, even after tweeting this. But go off, I guess. What is that referencing? Well, last fall, Pat from Movements, the lead singer, actually tweeted out that he was looking for female bands. He said, "Send me small band suggestions who have female members. It doesn't have to be a female vocalist. Not everybody is Paramore that has a female singer." So that was nice to see him send out. He sent that in October, and then in response, people were freaking out, saying, this isn't just about Movements or Pat, it's about every single lineup that looks like this, and if my favorite band announces some bland-ass tour like this in 2019, I'm gonna roast their ass. First of all, bland-ass tour? Go get fucking bent over my knee. That's right, I just fucking lifted my knee that high. And guess what? Some people are gonna take that as an actual threat and say that I'm aggressive. Another user that unfortunately had a little bit of traction behind her tweet said, Pat said Pine Grove made one of the best albums of the year 2018, like he still promotes them after all of the sexual assault allegations and everything else. So this really doesn't seem like a shock to me that he actually doesn't support women at all. Hold on a second, did she just say allegations and treat that like a fact? Because I think just like so many of the Twitter mob members, allegations mean fact to them as soon as something is said. Now, I looked into this Pine Grove situation a little bit more because that's a big thing to throw out there. Sexual assault actually turned out to be sexual coercion. One of the members of the band was accused of sexual coercion, which is basically saying that he was pressuring someone to actually have sex or have an intimate relationship with them, even though nothing physical actually occurred. I thoroughly vetted the Pitchfork interview and article that followed up a year later on the Pine Grove situation. I will link it down below if you would like it for context's sake. I don't blame you if you do, but reading through this article, this man entered therapy for sexual coercion coercion. Apparently, he wanted to tone things down, and he agreed with the alleged victim that he could learn something. So not only did the man take a break from his band for a year, he entered therapy to do better, and he actually never assaulted anyone, and he's being accused as a rapist, as a sexual assaulter. It blows my mind that people can just go on and continue to defame people over statements that aren't even true. People that are so far left do the same thing as the people that they supposedly hate on the far right. Donald Trump can go on TV and spread lies live in front of the entire nation without anybody fact-checking him until at least after the speech. But on Twitter, it seems like we don't even get the facts checked. I mean, sometimes we do, obviously, but people hear and see the one thing and they instantly form their opinions and say, oh, Pine Grove, well, that band clearly supports sexual assault, when in reality, this band has gone out of their way to be super generous with the money that they do make, donating to various charities even before they were accused of doing anything. Now, let's get back to the situation at hand. Movements are a band that have very clearly and vocally supported equal rights for women, for minorities, and they fought for those things, and just because they don't go out on tour with somebody that has a female member and because everybody's white, first of all, I'm sorry, but it's relatively slim pickings. Even the band Can't Swim no longer have a female drummer. I went to go see them live expecting to see her playing with them, and unfortunately band member rotations change and not everybody is available. And second of all, just because he tweeted that in October doesn't mean that the upcoming tour wasn't already booked. Do you know how these things work? People plan this shit like a year in advance, so he could have been asking for the next tour or for an overseas tour. I bought Paul McCartney tickets like a year ago at this point, and I'm not going to see him till May. Great to see the proverbial torch and pitchfork witch hunt continue on its newest victim, a newly successful, hardworking, honest man who's been fighting for equality ever since he gained his platform. You misinformed, prepubescent sociopaths. You're killing your favorite band. That puts the nail in the coffin right there, and I'm so glad to see that there are other people out there who are sane. I feel so bad for these band members who aren't even doing things wrong, especially when it comes to the hard styling stuff and movements. Oh no, they're not diverse enough. That's like saying if I don't have X amount of Asian friends, black friends, whatever, if I don't look like the cereal commercial on TV where there's somebody of every ethnicity in my friend group, then I'm racist. That's not how it fucking works, you idiots. It's so simple. It's right in front of you, and you could just pass it by. You could just say, okay, that's a tour that maybe I'm not interested in. Despite the fact that the lineup is stacked, that's my opinion, but I can understand. If you think it's bland, whatever, that's on you. But to call them out and to put them on blast as if they're suppressing someone, as if they're not supporting women, you're delusional. Use a little bit of logic, people, please. That is all I am asking for. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you want to check out any of these articles that I mentioned or alluded to for context, then click the links in the description down below. Drop a like on the video, and if you want to weigh in with your own opinion, then sound off down below. I hope you enjoyed the rant today. I'm sorry that I had to do it, but I have to weigh in when I see these situations where people are freaking out for no reason. They want to cancel anything and anybody for any reason.